For more now, we're joined by New Jersey Democratic Senator Andy Kim. Senator, thank you so much for joining us again. A source has told ABC News the U.S. has conveyed to Venezuela the regime must meet two conditions. First, kicking out China, Russia, Iran, and Cuba and sever economic ties. And second, Venezuela must partner exclusively with the U.S. on oil production and favor the U.S. when selling oil. Your immediate reaction?
Well, first of all, my question is, or else what? What else is the United States threatening to do, and what actions are they taking? The last action that they took with the military, they justified it as saying that this was about enforcing law enforcement. Well, what is going to be their argument this time around? How are they going to justify this in line with our Constitution? And I think that just shows the challenges that are there, that Donald Trump is saying that he's in charge. Well, he's not. This is a situation where the United States does not have perfect control over this.
What are your outstanding questions about that raid in Venezuela?
Well, I have many. I have many questions in terms of, well, first of all, whether about the injuries that that American service members sustained, or questions about what comes next and about what planning they have done for the different scenarios that are out there. You know, this is something that we're continuing to see challenges in terms of the service members who have been out at station for many months. You know, they're the ones that are going through so much of this strain, and we're getting a lot of questions about, you know, just what are their demands going forward? How much longer is our military presence and naval presence going to be needed out there? And just how much is this costing the American people? We're seeing estimates of literally millions of dollars every single day in terms of the costs that the American people are taking at a time when we have so many challenges at home with our own concerns of affordability.
A number of Republicans in Congress have largely come out in favor of the raid. Anything that they're saying behind the scenes, or perhaps to you or your colleagues, to the contrary?
Well, look, what I will say is that, you know, they do have real concerns about what comes next, as well as there's some of the rhetoric that we're hearing from President Trump and his top advisors about threatening Colombia, threatening other nations, including, for instance, Greenland. When we're talking about our NATO partners, and now seeing Stephen Miller, Donald Trump talking about how that should be part of the United States, you know, that's such a dangerous rhetoric. And I say that as someone who lived and worked on a NATO military base in Afghanistan. It was our NATO partners that came to our defense, and the idea that we are threatening them is absolutely ridiculous and frankly offensive.
Before we go, 5 years ago to the day was, of course, January 6th. There's a photo of you that went viral that day, you kneeling in your suit, then a congressman to pick up the trash and debris left by the rioters. What sticks with you still 5 years later from that moment?
Well, unfortunately, what I'm left with is this question of, are we any better off now than we were 5 years ago? And I can tell you, standing here at the Capitol, I think that we are more divided as a nation now than we were 5 years ago. I think that our democracy is in a much more fragile and perilous situation now than it was 5 years ago. And that just shows you just how we're going in the wrong direction. You know, we are continuing to spiral out of control. You know, we had people who were literally rioters inside the Capitol 5 years ago, back here again today, outside the Capitol, continuing, and they seemed like they were victorious. They felt like that the winds were at their side because Donald Trump pardoned them. They feel validated and vindicated by this president, and they feel rewarded by this president.
Senator Andy Kim, we so appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.